The 2022 UN Climate Change Conference, COP27, held in Egypt last November, tackled the important role of education in addressing the impacts of climate change. Participants addressed the best strategy to draw a global roadmap for mitigation and adaptation to the severe multidimensional implications of climate change that pose a menacing threat to sustainable development goals. On the most imperative tracks, if not the most important, is education. The role of education in building resilient societies in the face of climate impacts on ecosystems and biodiversity is extremely important and crucial. Climate change threatens all aspects of human life as the globe is increasingly thrown into environmental disequilibrium. Over the last decade, natural disasters that have caused enormous human and economic damage. These trends are only expected to worsen, with internal displacement caused by such disasters speculated to rise by 6 times by 2050. It is unfortunate that poor countries are the most vulnerable. UN studies assert that climate variability will expose nearly 118 million people living below the extreme poverty line in Africa to risks of drought, floods, and extreme heat by 2030. A key driver is the quality of education, which is reflected in the SDG 4 that aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education. This calls for intensifying civic education efforts towards reducing and mitigating the repercussions of climate change. In addition, knowledge is at the forefront of finding innovative solutions to climatic impacts on development. Developing a knowledge-based society requires building resilient education systems on both macro and micro levels, which will require structural reforms in basic, higher, and vocational education. On the macro level, a legal framework is required for financing national education and research programs to develop upgraded infrastructure and capacity building. While on the micro level, key actors, including schools, universities, and NGOs, play a pivotal role in building knowledge and technological capabilities to develop innovative, smart, and clean solutions for agriculture, industry, energy, and other climate-related sectors. This calls for a re-engineering of educational systems to integrate interdisciplinary sciences. Climate challenges also magnify the importance of investing in scientific research, entrepreneurship, technology incubators, and pushing for the development of self-learning tools as well as cooperative international online learning. The importance of developing educational policy in a way that contributes to supporting sustainable development and confronting climate change has become a priority for all governments all over the world. It is the goal to draw new policies to build awareness and direct behavior towards respecting environmental endowments, or building knowledge and skills to find innovative and sustainable solutions. Or is it a mixture of this and that? The task is huge, but it is not impossible. Improving the quality of education might be the kiss of life to a green globe. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, continuing our discussion with Dr. Gerd. Now, sir, as mentioned during the COP27, and it's really mentioned in many conferences and summits, the importance of the educational sector in different aspects of life, including combating climate change. Now, how would we develop or change or alter the educational curricula in order, or use it, the educational powers, to help change climate, combat climate action?
I remember that maybe still now, up till now, there is a topic taught called national education.
Yes.
So let us have a special topic also, or course to be taught, environment course, or environment education. And that should be for spreading awareness among all learners, starting from the KG, or even the preschool, or the nurseries. And this will help our kids, our children in general, or even the learners in the higher stages, to be aware of the environment respect. We have to, we suffer, as we all know, about air pollution, water pollution, air pollution, sight pollution. So one of my students once asked me, what's air pollution? I said, it's the noise of aeroplanes in a place where the airport is close by.
Yes.
And some people would say some insults and impolite words said by uneducated I don't like to say the word, that would pollute the ear.
Yes, noise pollution.
And the eye pollution is for something that is not acceptable morally. So if we teach, and it starts, by the way, from home, by the parents themselves, they are the first teachers for their kids. And then it comes the role of the school, the role of the university, the role of the church, the role of the mosque, the role of the media before all of this. If we teach this key word, or two words, full awareness, as we ask for our rights and we should do our duties. So one of our duties is to keep the nature we live in, because we have to enjoy the green, not to violate it, not to throw even a cigarette end in the street, as unluckily I see. These are actually not educated people.
Yes.
They don't have this awareness feeling that if we keep our country, even some seeds that people have for entertainment should not be thrown away. A piece of paper. There are, of course, some baskets for such things, and I was unhappy when in the tube stations there were some baskets for rubbish, and then for a certain terroristic action they removed them. But I'm so happy now that they return to have such things.
Yes.
If somebody throws it in its right place, it's good. Cleanliness, as we all know, is next to godliness. It's next to faith.
Yes. Dr. Ged, now, whenever we talk about the development of the educational system, people focus mainly on primary or secondary education or universities. Now, we've seen the sort of development taking place within these sort of age brackets, but also, I mean, we're with the launching and inauguration of many of the international Egyptian universities as well, and private universities, specialized universities here. But also there has been a lot of effort in terms of preschool education, kindergartens, and schools of with special learners with special needs. Now we've seen even the embassy of Japan in Cairo granting thousands of dollars along with the Takatuf Association for development, really working on the development of kindergarten schools and preschool in general. The sort of attention that needs to be paid for preschool and education for students with special needs.
You are absolutely right. Kindergarten, not the primary or the prep or the secondary, is the springboard for achieving such a long-cherished dream to have the environment awareness. If a child is taught at home first by the parents, they should have this awareness. He will go to school or she will go to school and will respect all the rules. There should be, I remember something when I was so young, there is a certain garden in the school, and once he was an American teacher, noticed that I was treading on the grass. He asked me to come, and there is a path, you should go on the, don't kill this green plant. And I learned a lesson. So this is a sort of respect for the environment as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Dr. Ged has mentioned, it's an ongoing process. A lot needs to be worked on. A lot has been achieved so far for the past 9 years, be it with the infrastructure, the development of the learners from preschool up until university and maybe even post university. And there is still a lot
that is needed to be done. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Daily Debate. Before we go, I'd like to thank my very distinguished guest, Dr. Nabil Ghed, the educational expert and the professor of the English language at the private university. Dr. Ghed, always a pleasure having you with us on the show.
Most welcome. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for more coming up on Night International. I'm Henny Saif. Thank you for joining us.